Anthem on the track.
Yeah. Yeah. King shit. Yeah. Yeah. Look. I'm from the city where the bums rich. Skyscrapers block the rays when the sun hits. One time coming, niggas run quick. By the time a baby walk, he got a gun grip. I was made for this. 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 I'm not a product of the cages that they raised us in. Bred to be a king, I'm not a slave to this. I was made for 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 this.
Peace, family. Welcome to another episode of Underground Railroad Productions. We backstage at the Azra Kwesi lecture. Real quick, man, I'm with the sister. I had to get an interview with the sister. Had on here one time before. Malikah Ali, Supreme Health licensed psychotherapist, plant-based nutritionist, certified holistic health consultant. With so many illnesses going on in America right now, with stress at an all-time high because of what's going on with television and what we're seeing on television, and people are stressed out from the presidency and politics, and I mean it's crazy out here, and we need to recharge. We need to unplug from the matrix sometimes. We need alternatives to what Western medicine has to offer us. I just seen Dr. Strange, and Dr. Strange, he got hurt, in the way to heal himself, he had to go to the East to get some Eastern, go into the Eastern philosophy of things. So I want you to tell the people what you do. Let the people get reacquainted with you if they don't remember exactly what you do, because a lot of people, all they're used to is what they see on television and commercials. So what can you offer the people, Miss Malikah Ali?
Yes. Well, my name is Sacred Woman Malikah Ali. I'm GT. And just like Brother Rich stated, I am a licensed psychotherapist. I'm a plant-based nutritionist. And I deal a lot with addictions therapy, and also plant-based nutrition. So what I primarily offer to most people is the importance and the encouragement to go back to nature, right? To revisit what our ancestors used to do to maintain their health, which is to eat whole foods, to eat whole, natural, nutrient-dense foods, right? And that's something that we've gotten away from. You know, in modern-day society, we eat a lot of processed foods, a lot of fast foods, and just like those stressors that you just mentioned, Brother Rich, all of that is taking a toll on us. And when we're malnourished, because the irony is, although we live in a country where obesity is pervasive, most adults are actually malnourished. They're not getting the proper nutrients. So they can't deal with a lot of these life stressors adequately because they're not taking proper care of themselves. So it's really important that we go back to the basics and make a conscious effort to eat whole, natural foods.
Now, when people look at you on the camera and the sisters see you here and the brothers, they be like, I'm sure they're like, wow, your hair is beautiful. I mean, like, it's real nice, it's long. One thing I want to ask you, and the reason why I say long is because a lot of black women, they want long hair. So they get the weaves, they put chemicals in it, they do what they could do to get long hair, but it seems as though your hair doesn't grow long if you perm it or something like that, or if you continuously straighten it. Mm-hmm. But when you just let it naturally grow, it seems like, because women are trying to emulate white women. And white women may have hair down to their knees or down to their butt or whatever. And black women, it's like they have to realize that their hair grows differently than the rest of the world. What can you tell black women who may look at your hair and say, wow, I want locks, that's beautiful, but I don't know how to get it to look like that or be that long? What would you tell them?
Well, it's similar to going back to the way we should eat. We should also take care of our skin and our hair by all natural means. So what I encourage many of my clients to do is, for proper skin care as well as proper hair care, you shouldn't put anything on your skin or in your hair that is not edible, right? So using products such as coconut oil, olive oil, even lavender oil, peppermint oil, black seed oil. These are oils that are very nourishing and very healthy for our skin and our hair, and we can actually ingest it. Anything that we put on our skin permeates through the pores and goes directly into the bloodstream. So it's really important that we understand that when we put perm in our hair, when we put all these toxic chemicals, all these shampoos with perfume and dye, that's actually going directly in our bloodstream, and it's carcinogenic. It causes cancer. It causes a whole lot of ailments. It causes all these blood disorders and skin disorders. So it's really important that, not only do we physically eat natural whole foods, that we make sure that we're very conscious of what we're putting on the skin, because that's another way of consumption. We are what we eat, and we are what we consume. And so, putting natural products, putting natural oils in our hair will naturally grow, and we won't have to put all these additives and the weaves. All of that does is wear and tear on the natural hair follicle. And that will cause alopecia, that will cause balding, and so then it becomes a catch-22. The more you put weave in your hair, what essentially happens is it weakens the hair. You lose your hair, it starts to thin, it starts to bald, and then you have to put more fake hair in there to compensate. So it's a catch-22, it's a very vicious cycle. But if we could just go back to nature and embrace who we are as beautiful black women with strong, beautiful, kinky hair, then our hair will grow naturally, effortlessly. All we have to do is eat right and put natural products on our hair.
What would be your recommendations for people out there who are feeling a little depressed and they may like to smoke marijuana? Marijuana is being legalized in different states now. How do you feel about people smoking marijuana for depression issues or for anxiety?
Well, I think that marijuana in itself does have some medicinal properties. The problem that I see particularly in our community is that it's being abused recreationally. Marijuana is a substance that should not be consumed by way of smoking. Smoking any type of substance
Dr.
is
Africa
very
said that.
hard. Yeah, that's very toxic for our respiratory system. We should not be smoking anything. As far as the marijuana specifically, for medicinal purposes, if someone uses it to regulate their affect, to abate depression, or if they're using it for a physical ailment like glaucoma, there's certain ways that the marijuana should be consumed. It should be organic. It should be natural. It shouldn't be chemically altered. It shouldn't be a hybrid, as most of the marijuana or the cannabis strands are nowadays within our communities. It definitely has its place, but it should never be abused. Never.
Now, what can you tell the people about in terms of relationships? I see you have couples and family holistic therapy. A lot of people, sometimes we need therapy, but the stigma that comes with that word, like a psychiatrist or something like that, people feel like, nah, what the fuck they gonna tell me, this and that. So what can you offer for the people out there that may want couples therapy or family therapy, but they're just too embarrassed to go to a therapist?
That's an excellent question, Brother Rich, because you're 100% correct. Therapy and psychiatric treatment has been stigmatized. Right. It's something that is sort of taboo in the black community, but I feel that it's essential. We're dealing with a lot of dysfunction in our homes, a lot of toxic relationships, divorces at an all-time high, and unfortunately, due to our conditioning, we don't practice emotional literacy anymore. We don't really talk about our feelings. When we ask each other how we're doing, we'll give a very vague answer, oh, I'm okay, I'm good, but that's not really expressing how you truly feel. At the dinner table, we need to put away the cell phones and any other thing that would distract us from family interaction, and we really need to talk and communicate more. And so I find that couples therapy and family therapy is very much conducive to rebuilding the black family so that we'll have stronger communities. Most definitely.
What about eating late at night? Because of the work schedule and the way society is structured, a lot of people they're eating late at night, 12 midnight, 1 in the morning, because they don't get home. We don't get home sometime till like 9 o'clock.
Absolutely.
So what could we do to combat that, the fact that we eat late?
Yes. Okay. So ideally, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad suggests that we eat between 4 and 6, that we should eat one meal a day and primarily between 4 and 6. But like you mentioned, some people, they do have a work schedule in which they may not get home until 9 or 10 o'clock. So what's suggested, if you do have a schedule similar similar to that, is that you at least wait 2 hours between your last meal and the time that you retire. That allows the body enough time to start the digestive process, because if you eat and then go to sleep right away, what happens is that food will putrefy and it will ferment and it will rot, and this causes, bad breath or halitosis, indigestion, constipation. So it's really important that you wait. Ideally, 4 hours would be great. That would be optimal, but I would say a minimum of 2 hours between your last meal and the time that you actually go to bed.
What are some of the old school things, like when we talk about bonding in relationships and family? Like, one thing that I do with my queen is that we eat. That's our bonding time, when we eat together. So if I'm coming home late, she'll wait for me to come home to eat, and that's just our way that we express love with each other. She enjoys that. I enjoy her food. I enjoy her food, and it's a good bonding time between us. What are some other ways that you think we don't do? Things that we don't do no more that we used to do, that in which we could bond with each other to make our relationships more strong?
Well, I definitely like what you and your queen do. I think that's beautiful. A family that prays together, eats together, they essentially stay together, right? And, it's cliche, but it's very true. I think, making time, making family time, going to the park, reading together. My king and I and the children, we have family meetings periodically where we just talk.
Family meetings.
Yeah, family meetings. And it doesn't even have to be like a pressing issue where there's some sort of conflict. It can just be coming together, talking about, whatever's going on at school, or, maybe things that are happening with your friends, just checking in, because it's so easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle that, you just overlook certain things. But that is definitely conducive to the bonding process. Just communicating, going to the park, taking a walk, reading together, and then discussing what you've read. So not only is it educational, because you'll all learn from it, but it also does help to increase the communication amongst each other.
What about, sometimes your mate or yourself, y'all be into your mate. Sometimes my girl, she'll be watching something on TV. I don't really want to watch the shit, but I watch it just because she watch it. You know what I'm saying? She might be ask me 10 questions about housewives. In my mind, I'm like, man, I don't give a fuck about housewives. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I guess if you're too conscious, you're like, man, fuck that. Don't ask me shit about that. And you kind of push your mate away.
Right.
So do you think sometimes we could be too conscious in a relationship and we're not sensitive to where the other person is at?
Well, I think that's interesting, because I think when it comes to man and woman, we definitely have some distinct differences due to our gender. And as a result, we're going to have different interests. But I think that it's really helpful in terms of strengthening to bond, to try to embrace each other's likes, even if it's something that you don't like.
Right,
a half an hour or an hour of sacrifice where, okay, honey, I'll watch the game with you, even though I don't like football or basketball, because I think the bonding is worth it. So,
the bonding.
The bonding is worth it, definitely. Definitely.
I feel like I'm in a therapy session, y'all. y'all need to holler at sister, man. The sister here, man. I tell you what, give the people your contact information. Let them know how they can reach you.
Definitely. Thank you so much. So I am Malikah Ali, and you can visit my website, malikahali.com. I'm also on Facebook, Supreme Health Malikah, and Instagram, Supreme Health Malikah. Please do visit, inbox me. I welcome all your questions. You can also email me at malikahali@live.com.
And real quick, thanks for coming on. And before we got on camera, I was telling the sister she was with a queen, her king right here. And I was saying, yo, it'd be a good look for you to sit next to her while she talk, because we're always used to the man talking and the sister sitting next to the man supporting the man. So this is an interesting look. This is a strong, powerful young brother. I appreciate you for sitting next to your queen here during the interview. And definitely contact the sister. I will put her information in the description bar. Thanks for coming on the show again, and we'll see you soon.
Yes, thank you.
Peace, family. This brother Rich from UGR, urging all my viewers and subscribers to help support the channel by donating just $1 to the UGR PayPal account. We appreciate the viewership and support, and we understand the power of $1. If you benefit in any way, shape, or form, we ask that you donate $1, whether it be monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly, or yearly, so that we can build our brand to compete with the NBCs, the MTVs, and the Foxes of the world. I figure since Kanye can ask Mark Zuckerberg for $1 billion, I can ask my subscribers to donate $1 so I can make the best possible content possible. The main objective of this channel is to inspire you to become the greatest version of yourself. So hopefully throughout the years of you watching this program, you have been inspired to become the greatest version of yourself. If you would like to donate, you could go to www.paypal.com and send a donation to richandmerit7@yahoo.com. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your program.
Anthem on the track.
Yeah. King shit. Yeah. Look. I'm from the city where the bums rich. Skyscrapers block the rays when the sun hits. One time coming, niggas run quick. By the time a baby walk, he got a gun grip. I was made for this. 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 I'm not a product of the cages that they raised us in. Bred to be a king, I'm not a slave to this. I was made for 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 this.